Guys, welcome back to the video and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode, we've been working on putting rebar in these foundation footer forms. And at this point, we've passed our inspection, thankfully. We've ordered our concrete. There's only a couple things left to do, and that is just to simply straighten our form boards, make sure everything's right on the mark as far as distance goes, and as far as straightness goes, lock it all down with these kickers, and then get to work pouring this concrete. So let's jump right into it. We only have 2 days until concrete day, so we really have to work quick to get this stuff locked down, ready for the pour. As we're coming to the final phase of nailing all of this down, straightening it all out, what we have to do at this point is set this laser back up so that we can get a perfect 90 degrees. We know already after looking at it that I'm about ½ an inch out of square in a few areas. All right, just like last time, we're gonna set this laser right at the mark that we have, and then we're gonna take our receiver to each edge and go ahead and lock it down to perfect 90 degrees. From there, we'll push and pull this top form board to wherever it needs to be to make sure our outside is right on the mark. Just like when we were doing the string lines, we have our first 3 sides all square and lined up. Now at this point, we have fixed points that we can pull measurements off and make sure these other things are parallel. We'll still end up putting the laser on it so that we can go down the wall and straighten it here and there where needed until it's perfect. But really, we're gonna just pull these measurements, verify that we have the right width to get started, because it doesn't matter how much we straighten if it's the wrong size. So I took the measurements on both sides and everything looks good. We're about, I'd say probably 3/8 of an inch too wide overall, which we can use a little bit of extra width on this. It will make our next step a little easier. Make sure if we do get any bowing when we're pouring concrete that we're still within spec. I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna put you guys up here, but probably gonna run out of sunlight pretty soon. So we'll see you back here in the morning, see how far we get tonight, and see what's left.
We kept giving him a hard time. Awesome.
got much of me using my noggin today. That's all I'm saying.
Talk to him about moving down with it,
Yeah,
or
just
we
backing
try?
up with it.
Maybe it'll work. But he doesn't have a whole lot of room. He'll be able to swing.
Yeah, this one's definitely a bit more narrow than that. Oh yeah. Right hand. Yep. And look, you're just going to put your hand down. And don't throw your hand. Push it down. All right, we just got finished pouring this concrete all the way around. We're here pulling up these spreader cleats that we put in, and it left a little divot. So all that we're doing now, while this concrete's still a little bit workable, is we're just improving that finish by taking a little bit of concrete, putting it back in from some of the spillage, and really just working that into a nice smooth finish. I'm certainly no professional concrete finisher, but the little bit I do know is you just keep going over it, smoothing it more and more until it's dry. Now we got about 1 hour left of daylight tonight, so we're gonna be lucky if we can just do all the spreader cleats. But hey, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. A couple of things I did want to show you real quick though. We did have a few spaces where our form boards separated, where we maybe spliced some things together. We had a couple corners start to blow out on us, like back here, but overall most of this concrete stayed exactly where we were hoping it to. So I mean, I certainly wouldn't have put less stakes in here. Would have been better to put more, but I think we had enough to get the job done. It really did slow us down. We had to fix it, but hey, you get that with these big jobs. What can I say? But guys, I'm just gonna spend some time this evening while there's no motors, no engines, no nothing running out here, and just work on finishing some of this concrete off. This is no means fast, but at least I've come up with a little bit of a process to get these out. So it's been about 2 weeks now, finally getting out here, continue to work on stripping these forms. I knew somewhere deep down inside that these stakes and these bottom boards were gonna be an absolute bear to get out. Unfortunately, I just pushed on and kind of paying the price for it at this point. Pulled out a couple of these stakes and a couple of these underpinning boards, but there's really nothing that we can do about it other than just slowly chip away at it. So that's what I'll do. I'm not gonna let it hold up everything else, but as I get a little bit of time here and there, I'm gonna continue to work on these and slowly pick them out. The pour overall went really well though. We did have a few places where we had a little bit of form blowout. You can see this is probably the worst spot here. It was about 1.5 inches where it blew out, but I think the corners ended up pretty good. I mean, it's relatively straight for what it is. To do it over again, I certainly would have put a couple more braces in some strategic areas, but a lot of this is going to be covered up and it's honestly just not that big of a deal. Here's another little section that had a blowout. It's all manageable. When we put the rock on it, we'll have to accommodate that, but overall, it looks really good. So guys, this is where we're gonna leave it here. We've finally poured this foundation. Next up, we gotta go get all of our post bases, and we have to start mounting those. Once we get those post bases in place, mounted, we're gonna be ready to start setting our posts, and then of course our trusses. With any luck, we'll have this thing with a roof on it, maybe before New Year's, but I doubt it at this rate. So we'll see. Thanks for working with me. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to follow along. We'd love to have you with us.